Hello, Hapeville friends and neighbors near and far. Dewey here. It's a unseasonably warm day in January, so I thought I would take a little walk over here and show you the progress of another development that's happening. Let me flip this around and show you where I am. So here I'm at North Central at this shopping center, you know, where Eckerd used to be down there. Back in the day when this was built, that was Colonial grocery store. And now we've got J. Presso Coffee, Kenny's Cafe, La Esperanza, the liquor store Ace, and Sombreros. And as you've seen before, on this side, this is now a huge complex. You can see it goes all the way back there, called Signal. North Central is right there. Ford used to be there, but now it's the Porsche Service Center and the Porsche test track. But this is heading over to King Arnold Street. Back in that property back there, you can see Wendy's over there in South and Central. This is where the Dixie Bowl was. I'm grateful for the weather, the warm weather today. A couple weeks ago it was snowing. You can hear the airplanes in the distance, of course. And this is the entrance to King Arnold and La Vista. And you can see just how huge this is. And this is what most of the south side of Hapeville is going to look like. It's under development right now, as I've shown you. I think it's pretty much going to look like this over there. No semblance whatsoever of the neighborhoods that used to be there pre-airport encroachment, and for the 50 years after, the remnants of the neighborhoods. Those remnants are going to be gone now. They are gone, save for very few houses. This is 411. I think you told me it used to be a doctor's office, but here, sorry about the wind, this tract of land, which I've showed you before, there are actually some buildings that have gone up now over there. This whole area will be full. Over here on this side, this is where, I think right about here, many years ago, there was I always forget the name of it. The Eagles Rest? Oh, I can't remember. Falcons Rest. I don't remember, but y'all have mentioned it to me before. But here we are headed down towards the Catholic school, St. John's. And you can see there's, I think, 2 townhomes there. 1, 2, 3, so there's either 4 or 5 right there, but it's gonna fill all of this up right over to La Vista. And from what I understand, we'll be able to tell when we see the sign down here closer. It's the same developers who created the Stillwood development, which is partially constructed over on Stillwood Avenue. Is it Stillwood Avenue or Stillwood Drive? I can never remember. Over behind the hotel there, the old Ramada Inn. These are the same developers. And again, I'm just speaking from a feeling. I don't have any facts to back it up, but it seems like these things are getting built in Hapeville so fast. But I've been here for 7 years, and it really kicked up a few years ago, and so many of them are just sitting here empty. Maybe I'm wrong, but they sure do seem that way around town. But I mean, look at this. Their front door is right here on the intersection. That's their view. But we're just cramming them in wherever they'll go. Yeah, it's gonna be called King's Landing. Visit our Stillwood community. Yeah, can you imagine coming out your front door and you're just boom? But a lot of people like that, I guess. It's like city living for them. But there's St. John's right there. And on Sundays, it is packed around here. So imagine, this parking lot is packed on a Sunday. And imagine that's your front door. Right there. Right there. Your view is the parking lot. It does remind me a lot of the beginnings of New York City. I researched New York City and its history while I lived in Manhattan. And it began like this, with compromises, where folks are like, okay, I'll live right on a busy street. And then over decades and decades, those houses even get replaced and bigger buildings and such. But it's always been that way. You can see we're at Sunset and Arnold Street, and you can see it happen to whoever lives here at 3365. There was a time where probably they weren't close to a lot going on, but then it happened. And they're kind of crammed back in there. So my point being is, like any other small town, eventually the compromises add up, and any memory of what the town was like before is erased. So that's why, even though I wasn't brought up here, that's why I felt compelled to document, because I just know that folks after me are not going to have any idea of what a charming small town Hapeville was. See, there's Porsche right there. Never known, is it Porsche or Porsche? But you can go there and there's a track out back. I think for $350 you can drive a Porsche around on the track. What was on this land before, you guys? I don't know that I've ever in my research come across. I think maybe there was a little apartment complex here across from the Falcon's Rest, or yeah, I think that's what it was called. Was there one there? Was there a apartment complex here too? Oh, well, there's one that I could afford. I could probably afford that one. It's gonna be packed in there. All of this right here, they'll be all facing King Arnold. I mean, look at that. Their balconies, that's their view. Cars going by. And they're pretty. It's interesting how your tastes change. When I was in my 20s, I would have loved to have lived in a place like this. It would have been very glamorous, very cool. I would have been fine with a little balcony that's like 8 foot by 4 foot. I'm not like that anymore. I've pointed this out a lot. I don't know if this happens in Atlanta. I don't see it a lot in Atlanta, but we got a lot of this business in Hapeville. Just cables everywhere. It's very unsightly and it's not my favorite. Sometimes they're hanging down across the walkway and you can't even, you got to get off the sidewalk to get by. That's pretty much what I was going to show you today. That little house over there, that little gray house, just found itself at a busy intersection somehow. Such an odd little place, but it's been there since probably the 30s, back when King Arnold was primarily residential and rural. Okay, that is it for today, friends and neighbors. Just a little peek. I haven't been able to really walk around a lot because it's been cold, so I thought I would take advantage of it today. I hope you enjoyed it. Create yourselves a great day wherever you are. Bye.